Are you having a heck of a time with a helicopter controlling it? All right, well, stick around. In a few minutes, I'm going to go over some controls in the settings that you might want to set and some things you might want to set up in your joystick. And then we're going to attempt to get a superior rating on a helicopter cargo mission today. I think it's asking the impossible, but we'll find out. Hello to Hazardous FDM, who is in the chat room today. Thank you again yesterday for the cover art. You're very inspiring. After being pecked by a radioactive bird, a somewhat mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kinneas, the Skydude. All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space itself. Hello to Hazardous out there in the chat room. Thank you for all your help. Hey, so are you having a horrible time with helicopters? I know I have been. And I need to just get one. This is how tough it is. You only need to get one helicopter cargo mission with a superior rating to unlock aerial construction and get your hands on the SKYCRANE in career mode. Okay? But let me go over a couple of things that you might want to try turning on to help you out. And they're helping me out. Okay? So under assistances, okay, you have some helicopter assistances that you can turn on. Now, unless you've got specialized flying helicopter flying rig, which in case you know how to fly a helicopter, you got a special helicopter, joystick setup, foot pedals, you know, this isn't for you. For us mere mortals who aren't helicopter flying mutants, and I don't mean that in a negative way, I mean that in absolutely a positive way. You're a different breed of human being. You may want to turn on assisted tail rotor. You may want to turn on the assisted cyclic. You may want to turn on the assisted collective and vortex ring state protection. All right. You can also turn on assisted controller sensitivity. All right, but those are the primary ones. Okay, now some other things I want to talk to you about real quick and try to get through this fast. Under your controls for your joystick, if you have a hat switch button on the top of your joystick, okay, right? Well, that is not right. Okay, well, first thing I want to do is I want to make sure I'm set up for the dang helicopter. Yeah, do that first. I really recommend setting up a new controller setting. Where is my heli? No, did it blow out? Please tell me it didn't blow out. Huh. That's for planes. Let me here, let's do this. Let me go in and I'll pick a helicopter mission and see if it moves to the right controller. But it seems like it blew out my controller setting for the helicopter. The Boeing H-125, that's one of them. The Bell helicopter one too. Okay, so the job we're looking for today under specializations is helicopter transport hook. Cargo transport hook. Dude, there was one near Aspen. That's just the artwork. Oh, that's for the Bell. There's the Airbus H-125. Okay. What I want to talk about is your rotor trim controls. Okay, assigning your rotor trim controls to your hat switch. I normally use it in the aircraft, for looking around. But you're going to want to know how to trim your rotor based on weight imbalances. I mean, things could throw your weights off. Either the cargo is going to throw you around a little bit. Okay. If you don't want to completely, stress your arm flying the helicopter, you're going to want to, learn how to use the trim. Also, a quick trim reset. It can be a little bit dangerous, but all right. Now let me see if I can go to settings and get the controller to show up. Controls, joystick. Okay, good. They put it back. Boeing H-125, Airbus H-125. Okay, what I'm talking about is the hat control, and that is decrease rotor longitudinal trim. That's my POV up. Increase longitude. Wait a minute. What? Okay. Decrease rotor longitudinal trim is up. Increase rotor longitudinal trim is down. Increase rotor lateral trim. I don't know why this one isn't here. Next instrument view. That's goofy. Let me take that out. And left. Decrease rotor lateral trim. Okay. And then you can tweak those more if you need to in here on setting repetition or yada, yada, yada. Okay. But in general, that's how I feel that you may want to set up your hat button switch thing. Okay. So again, that's going to move your rotor. It's going to tilt your rotor forward, left, back, and right. So you can, balance yourself out. Okay. I've got my trigger button set to rotor trim release. Let me take this one out. I only want rotor trim release. Okay, now the dangerous thing about this one is if you do a rotor trim reset, let's say you've pushed your rotor forward to maintain a good constant forward flight speed, and then when you do a rotor trim reset, it's going to put that rotor back into default position. Now, if you aren't prepared, that can throw your helicopter all over the place. It can throw you straight up, your nose straight up into the air, and you can lose control. So when you're going to do and initialize a rotor trim reset, just be careful. And I think that's really the showing you the assistances and learning how to set your trim is the biggest thing at the moment. There's another one in here but I don't think it works for the Airbus H125. It's called force trim. And there are videos on YouTube about that, but I don't believe that is part of this aircraft, rotorcraft. Okay. Anyway, wish me luck. Because again, that's how tough this is. You only need to get one superior rating on one of these missions. Remove the engine cover, pitot cover, static port cover, and rotor cover. Hey, Hazardous is going to be streaming in about an hour and a half, so I'll try to hurry up. No, I don't think it has anything to do with low IQ people. I think that just helicopter pilots they're a special breed. One of the helicopters that the helicopter pilot that was involved in the Venezuelan mission, who got really damaged, got a Congressional Medal of Honor last night. 2 pilots were given the Congressional Medal of Honor last night. The second gentleman was 100 years old, and his missions were classified until now. Normally, I don't talk politics. I don't really get into politics. I am political, but I want to bring it to these kind of fun things. Well, last night they did do the State of the Union address, and I wanted to keep flying. So I did a 737 night flight to Washington, D.C. from Denver. I was hoping to make it to Washington before the State of the Union concluded, but no. I imagined we were flying out there for an imaginary after party, rubbing shoulders and elbows with the hoi polloi, big people. So I put I had the State of the Union playing in the lower half of the screen for the night flight. There's not a whole lot to see during a night flight, just cockpit view and occasionally doing some external shots. So it just got everything set up, put it into cruise, and kicked my feet up and listened to the State of the Union. Occasionally I would throw out a crappy comment. We used to really be groovy people in this country. I just never remember things being as nasty, mean as they are today. Nasty and mean. And ones that I watched in the past growing up, and just the way we used to feel about people who differed with us politically, we used to be a groovy people.
Engine started.
And I wish we could get back to that. And that's all I'm going to say politically today.
Copy that. We're getting in position.
Make sure my throttle's down. If you switch over to helicopters and try them and your controls just work wonderfully for you by default and Microsoft sets you up, you're in good shape.
Hey, Louisa, remind us the key info for today, please.
I found I had to just go in there and rip controls out and build it myself. Oh.
Is the best choice for a safe delivery to the meeting spot near the cabin. The manager's operators of the pickup and drop zones are already waiting for your intervention. Make sure to coordinate well with their teams when you arrive. I'll be coordinating from here, all right?
Because I had the State of the Union on last night, all of my sound controls are way down. So you might not be hearing anything. Yeah. Get the voices back up. I don't want to blare the engine, so I'll just add a little bit.
Now let's go. A lot of work ahead.
Okay, so what I was going to say, in the controller setups, it's really a good idea to learn how to create a new flight control setup for each aircraft that you fly. Learn how to set up different controls. All right, request taxi.
Aspen Ground. Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er with Kilo. Request taxi to the active north departure. Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er. Taxi to and hold short of runway Tree via taxiway Alpha Alpha 9er. Contact tower on 118.85 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway Tree using taxiway Alpha Alpha 9er. Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er.
Okay, we got our hold short. All right, one of the first things you might want to do if I can get back to my cockpit view. Oi, get back to cockpit view, you. Okay, one of the first things you might want to do is get your torque up to... Where is it? Where's my torque? This. Up to 2. So when I start increasing my throttle... There's 2. Let's go. It's just a little... Well, there's 3. 3.5. Okay, you see as I'm lifting off the ground, I'm already moving. Give it a minute to see if it'll stabilize. But we're already drifting. There's just it's naturally going to the left. Might stop. Okay, but now here's where you try to trim your thing out, your helicopter out. I'm going to use my hat switch, and I'm just going to click over to the right one time. That's going to now make that rotor tip over to the right a little bit. But we've got a little bit of front wandering tendency, which isn't bad for taxi. That's actually, I don't mind a little bit of action of it moving forward a little bit, because it's, you know, maintaining a taxi can be a little bit of a drag. You might want to set up some rudder controls, although they're kind of a pain in the butt. It's, for me, it's really hard to keep my tail where I want it. Okay, we still have a little bit of left leaning going on. So a little bit more to the right. And I guess you can go in there and fine tune it even more to try to be a little bit more precise. Like when you press it, like how much tilt does it put in? And I may end up having to do that because maintaining a stable hover with cargo, it's really hard. So I may have to go in there later tonight or tomorrow if things don't work out for this stream. Get moving forward, you just tilt your nose down a little bit. Now, the thing is, though, see how we're coming up? I didn't touch the throttle control at all. This thing is super sensitive. All right. Look at that. Look at that. I'm already up this high. I did nothing. I just tilted the nose down a little bit. So already I'm not going to get a superior rating on this mission. Look at that. Look at it take off on me. So that is a huge, huge problem. And I think we've already failed. I don't think just one error is all it's going to take, and we're not going to get a superior rating. So now I'm lowering the throttle to try to come back down. They don't really call it a throttle on the helicopter. It's the collective. One of them is cyclic and collective. One of them refers to the amount of torque you're putting into the rotor, and the other one's like how you are tilting. Okay, so as you start moving forward, the damn thing will gain lift. And that's not ideal in a taxi because I got dinged for taking off. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get a superior rating on this one. Already crashing into the ground and everything else. You've got to be really, really careful to to keep yourself just up off the ground enough and taxiing at a decent speed so you don't go taking off. Pain in the butt. They're hard. This is why I am in love with eVTOL now. The eVTOL aircraft, to me, eVTOLs make helicopters cry. You know, I understand through the evolving technology to how they came up with the helicopter, but as far as making helicopters simple and easy over the years and computerized, and no, they're just to me they're a nightmare. You're always fighting it. There's nothing easy about it. You can't really ever take your hands off the controls. Like in an airplane, even in an airplane, you can get yourself into positions where you're stable flight, or you got your autopilot on, you can take your hands off, get a cup of coffee. These, no, man, no. Just big pain in the ass. Right. I should adjust and restart. Yeah, I know. You're right. You're right. We'll try to hurry it along. But you see the perils that you can have trying to get a good score, just trying to get to the hold short. The next hurdle that we have is picking the cargo up. So right as we get clearance for takeoff and we start going down the runway and climbing, our cargo will appear in the middle of the runway. I would like to say definitively that they will not count against your score if you skip the taxi, but I can't. I would love to be able to say, yeah, you can still get a superior score even if you skip some of the taxi parts, but I can't. It is a neat animation though, watching these things spin up. I have a chance to grab my coffee here. Cheers! Here's to your health, well-being, and prosperity. Please like and subscribe. Could really use your support, folks. Really, really. If you need some help getting some more subscribers, please hop into the chat room and say hi. Even if you're not a flight simmer and you're just a gamer or whatever you do. if you need a subscriber, just hop in the chat room, say hi, and it allows me to go right to your channel and subscribe to you. Let's raise all boats, shall we?
Engine started. Preparing for takeoff. Please be ready. Copy that. We're getting in position.
No, it actually is a big deal.
To be in that cockpit together. I'm ready when you are. Remind us the key info for today, please.
There we go. I had it down for the State of the Union.
By the recent weather needs construction material delivered to Aspen Pitkin Coast last
I raised it in the game, but I didn't raise it on my OBS deck. Thank you. It's always nice having a co-pilot helping you out on your streams.
Their teams when you arrive. I'll be coordinating from here, all right? Now let's go. A lot of work ahead.
Ugh. Darn you, Kinneas. Stop clicking the wrong thing. Don't be nervous. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Namaste, namaste, namaste.
Aspen ground. Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er with Kilo. Request taxi for takeoff. Departure to the north. Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er. Taxi 2 and hold short of runway tree using taxiway Alpha Alpha 9er. Contact tower on 118.85 when ready. Taxiing. Hold short runway tree via taxiway Alpha Alpha 9er. Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er.
Right. Just want to ease it up off the ground. Come on, you. Up, beastie, up. He doesn't want to come up. That's 3. A little bit more. Up, beastie. Yeah, and just feather light on the controls. That left tendency. And that's pretty much the patience you have to have. Again, you saw what can happen. If I tilt my nose down even a little bit more, or raise the cyclic. Okay, so you see here, I'm at 4. Normally, it usually takes off. It gets up around 2. So that is what I think is the problem with, as soon as I tilt that nose down to go forward, it had all that power and it just took off. For some people, you know, if you just want to get in and get going and flying, the taxi is the most brutal part of the simulator. Because if you don't want to skip it and you want to make sure that you get a good score, man, in a helicopter, this is going to take a while. In an airplane and at a big international airport, sometimes the taxis are so brutal. Now with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, they didn't have career mode, but one of the beautiful things they do have in 2020 is they have an AI co-pilot. And so the AI co-pilot can handle your taxis for you, and it's a sanity saver when you have long taxis. just even moving around, you can never keep this thing just perfectly stable. And just let go of the control and just, come on, man, just taxi down there. Always something. No. Fuck. So I'm sorry, this is going to be very, very boring for a minute. Well, I'm trying to get it to just taxi down the damn taxiway. Because it's a helicopter and I move so many dang controls around. Now I've got my views messed up. And I want to be lower in the seats. That's not a big deal. I'll do that. I'll do that later. Time's a waste and we're already 27 minutes in and we haven't done anything. See, I'm picking up speed. Gotta be careful. It's already starting to climb a little bit. I gotta pull my nose back up a little bit. And we're drifting. So, man, you know, I don't know. Whoa, here we go again. I do not know if I want to end up creating a helicopter company or not. It's just, they're just so difficult. But I love a challenge. And I hate being defeated by anything. Like, I'm not going to give up flying the helicopters because they're just too hard. No, I don't. I want to be able to get it. Ass. They don't have a built-in undercarriage camera, which they should. So you might want to end up having to use your, you may have, and I will, end up using my external view an awful lot. I would prefer not to. Keep it as realistic as possible, but man, these getting into the right spot, you'll see. The worst is yet to come. I am using a joystick. One of the old Logitech Extreme 3D Pro models. It's very, very sentimental. I should put it on a red velvet pillow on a little pedestal under a soft light. It has a lot of sentimental value attached to it. And I really need to get one of the new digital controller joysticks, which I guess these new digital ones, they don't really use springs. This thing, the springs are going a little bit, which makes things a little bit more difficult for me as well. So I have to go into the controls and do a lot of tweaking of neutral positions and dead zones and all kinds of things to balance out the problems that are now happening. If I could find somebody who could repair joysticks, I'd just keep using it until it completely disintegrated. But I hear like the Turtle 1 Velocity and some of these other ones, they use sensors and magnets and Star Trek technology. And you can get really precise flying. And that's ultimately what I may end up having to do. I would still like to be able to conquer this with just this joystick. I don't have foot pedals. I need foot pedals. That is one thing that I do want to get. I'm not really into the whole idea of getting you know, a flying yoke, and you know, a lot of the hardcore simmers, they'll get specialized overhead panels and the radios and flight yokes and the Airbus controller, and I think that's all really cool. I just one, I can't afford it, and two, I'm not that gung-ho on it being completely accurate. Picking up some speed, and we're starting to climb a little bit, so trying to trim the rotor back just a little bit. But one of the things I do want is foot pedals. I would really like to learn how to use foot pedals and not use a sidewinder for rudder. Easy. See, one little thing, just one little. She'll catch some air, she'll do something, and the next thing she's going up. I would like to start building up the muscle memory for foot pedals. I still have a desire to want to go maybe get a pilot's license. And I think that overall my understanding of how things work is pretty darn good. But as far as hopping into an aircraft, any kind, I think that would be the thing that would get me right there, is I'm not gonna have the muscle memory for the rudder pedals.
Aspen Tower, Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er at runway tree ready for departure, north departure.
Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er. Altimeter 299er2 north departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree.
Okay, it tells you you're cleared for takeoff, but it's actually just cleared to go pick up the cargo.
Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er.
So don't let it fool you when it says initial climb and get gung-ho to take off and figure you're going to pick up your package somewhere else. It's actually not like that at all. It's actually, I'm going to start climbing here. And then our cargo should appear on the runway.
Coach 12.
There it is.
Leaving Aspen Pick and Co. /Sardi port with 2 packs. Reaching pickup zone in approximate 30 seconds.
KINN, this is Coach 12. Understood. 30 seconds up. Winds 8 knots. 2 packs on board. No refueling required.
Did I already fly over it? Oh, there it is. Really? Did they move it? The hell did they put it? Normally it just appears right here on the runway. You. This is why I think helicopter pilots are a different breed. The patience, just the patience alone to deal with these things. All right, I'll come over here, but when have you ever given me a package over here, people? What's going on now? Weird. Again, normally it just appears in the middle of the runway. They will give you a penalty for speeding sometimes. Highly unusual. I'll be darned. Well, at least they've added a little bit of variation to it, I guess. I think. What? Where is it? What the hell is going on? Is it bugged? Yeah, it's normally right there where the pin is. Oh, there it is now. As you can see, this is a pain in the butt.
You're in the perfect position. Keep it steady.
Keeping it steady. That's the problem.
Load checks and security. Done.
Really? I caught it, huh? That's just luck.
In. We're leaving with 2 packs. Heading to deposit zone.
Just luck.
Load 882 pounds.
Can
in, nice. Duty calls. See you around.
And then I tipped it over. Sorry. The view messed with me and I switched back to internal view. Anyway, this is what you have to look forward to. Lovely, ain't it? Might as well just fly this thing outside. The inside view is driving me nuts.
Bravo, Bravo, Foxtrot,
It's a
149er.
real beauty.
Continue
You'll see
for
now.
north departure.
We'll take great care of you. Yeah, I gave a nickname, but sometimes it's like it's an old friend. I'm sure you feel the same way too, Captain.
Okay, so I've taken my hand off the controller, and you see how she just twisted around violently by itself. There's no such thing as stable in helicopter for me. Even with all the assists on.
Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er. Acknowledge last transmission.
Can't keep my dang tail behind me. The tail's constantly wanting to twist out from behind me and spin me around. And even with the assistance on.
Aspen Tower, Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er.
I don't like 'em.
For north departure.
Don't like them at all. Alright. So now what I've done is I've used my trim to tilt the forward rotor down a little bit so that we can maintain forward flight. Again, that tail keeps popping out from behind me. It won't stay in position. I want to stay like right there so we can have a straight flight. Picking up speed because it's putting down too much. Oh Lord.
Kin Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Lots of new faces down there. Hopefully, they are prepared.
Don't like
If
it.
not, we could be in trouble.
Yeah. This is nuts. I don't know how you guys do it. I hate the fact that I have to constantly be putting in rudder to try to keep that tail straight. It said we have assisted rudder, but
Kin
it
Bravo
does
Bravo
not.
Foxtrot 149er. Acknowledge last transmission.
And then these people are always in your ass talking to you.
Bravo Bravo Foxtrot 149er. Frequency change.
Climb, DiMaggio, climb. I would, if it was me, I'd be like, you're not paying me enough. Forget it. No, I don't want to do it. Although I find these, the air tractor one that you spray for agricultural jobs, I like that one. I like spraying with a helicopter as opposed to the old school crop dusters, because in the crop dusters, man, you just, it's weird. You know, you drop onto a field, you spray,
Deliveries to oil
but then you got to
rigs,
fly out a ways, turn around,
So supplying shelter should be a piece of cake.
and I guess unless you're a pro, some of these
Because that's how
turns are quite long. With the helicopter, you can quickly turn the thing right back around. Yeah, again, let me show you. Let me take my hand off the controller. See, now she wants to go this way. I'm using that trim to try to make her stay to the right and compensate. Forward trim to keep the nose down. I also don't know how you could sit leaning forward all day, because you're always tilted down. Unless they've adjusted the seating so the seating is, 20 degrees. It's got to lean back. impossible. Hey, if you're tuning in today, please hit like and subscribe. I know that this is not very inspiring to demonstrate how to do it right. More of an exercise, and well, look at all the crap that's going to go wrong for you. Can. So this might be a multi-part series. I do want to stick with it. I'll try to just get this one in and hurry it along so I can go hang out and watch Hazardous do his, and then I can possibly come back this evening and do another one. So I might do a part 1, part 2, part 3 for this particular group. That's the most stability. My hand's off the joystick. That's the most stability we've had the entire flight. Oh, easy. I think I see the cabin. I have to tilt my camera angle up a little bit. Can't see my cargo. Hard to tell how. Whoa. Oh, whoa. How low the thing is. Yeah, but prior to the advent of cameras and stuff, how in the hell did they do this? Not being able to see underneath you.
In position. Clearance to proceed offload.
There you go.
Green deck. Permission to engage offload ops.
Man. This is absolutely nuts. Trying to get it into a hover stable, a stable hover at this point. Box is throwing me around. The thing wants to just drift. I'm just trying to at least get into a stable hover over the area. But you see that she's just turning on me. Dang. Cool. Because you can't really see underneath you. What is your problem, pal? Ah, spinning. I'm trying to apply a lot of right rudder. See if I can get that spinning to stop, but it doesn't want to respond. So again, this is why you only need to do one and get one mission right on Superior. Son of a... Now she's climbing on me. And then one of the things that it has a tendency to do, if you're in a hover and you just start reducing your whatever it is, cyclic or the collective, it won't descend. You almost have to be into, like right now I'm just taking out what we would call the throttle. Dang it. You almost have to be into a nose down or a nose back position to make the thing move. Like, for whatever reason, if you're in a stable hover and I lower the cycle, it just doesn't want to come down. So something else to look forward to this. Unless you're diving down, it doesn't want to come down. So I'm trying to just keep the nose slightly tilted forward, though it will descend a little bit. And then she does things like that. Just out of the blue. Whee. Ain't this fun? I think they give you entirely too much lead rope. And then I hit the cargo on the ground.
Watch out, this equipment's crucial for fixing up the shelter.
Yeah. Ain't this fun. Yep. All right, you're stepping out of your stream. Well, that's fine, because I don't even know that I want to continue with this anymore. I've got to figure out, like with the 737, I have got to figure out how to get this thing under control. I've got to be able to figure out the secret to getting this thing to come down in a hover. What is the secret to that? Why won't she come down in a hover? Do you have to have the nose tilted down or tilted back and have some sort of lateral movement or movement in any direction before it descends? Why, when you drop your throttle down, or cyclic or collective, whatever the hell you call it, why doesn't it come down? So I have so many questions, and again, I maybe go in there and do a little bit more tweaking with the controllers, or maybe make the controller less sensitive. But we're going to chalk this one up as an absolute fail of the Superior Challenge today. And give myself a chance to have a cigarette, have a drink, and then go over there and watch Hazardous FDM's live stream today. So he's in the chat room right now. Might want to click on him or go to his channel. You might want to throw your link out there, Hazardous. And remember, please like and subscribe, not only myself, but his stream as well. So absolute fail of the Superior, an attempt at the Superior Challenge today, and just a poor show. So I'm terribly sorry. Yep. I'll try it again later, maybe part 2 tonight. Adios. This show absolutely not brought to you by anything with the color fuchsia today.